everybody. Welcome to the KetoMom page. My name is Stephanie. It is a new week. Well, I guess Sunday starts the week. It is Monday. So if you're tuning in live, I would love to know, how is your day so far? If you're watching the replay and it's a different day, how is your day so far? It's okay. So happy Monday. We just got done with homeschool and I'm getting caught up on everything else outside of homeschool. So laundry and doing life. I'm about to work out here shortly. I'm going to shake up some mom fuel. I call it mom fuel. But as you're tuning in, I really just wanted to check in just to give you a quick thought for the day, a keto tip. I'm shaking up my ketones, my afternoon ketones, and I wanted to know a couple things. So as you're tuning in, why don't you tell me in the comments, what did you have for lunch? Sounds like a simple question. I always love to ask it because it gives other people ideas, right? So I often have people will say to me, and this is a message I get all the time, Stephanie, I'm bored with my food. What should I eat? Give me some meal ideas. And I will say things that are so simple, like, listen, think proteins, veggies, and salads, right? So bunless burgers, egg salad on a low carb wrap, tuna fish, meat and cheese, veggies and dip. You can do zucchini noodles instead of regular noodles. You can, I recently have never tried this, but I saw somebody made a lasagna and the noodles were sliced turkey. So it was like a carnivore lasagna. So you do all of the bases, but the noodles are meat. There's so many things that you can do. So I ask you, when you tune in, we like to make wings in the air fryer. Listen, I use my air fryer all the time. I'm gonna make salmon for supper, probably in the air fryer. It's just simple and easy and delicious. So I like to ask, because when you post what you're having below, it might give somebody a new idea and then they're not bored. Which, by the way, if you are a parent and you have your kids say, I'm bored. I had my 10-year-old rolling around on the kitchen floor today and she was like, I'm bored. And I was like, I'll give you some more schoolwork if you're bored. No. So if you're bored of meals, whether you Google search, Pinterest, you can always go to ketomomsecrets.com and there you can click on recipes and there's hundreds, right? But if you're bored, then I always have to remind myself I'm eating to fuel my body the best that I can. Now, on another side note, which this is the flavor I'm drinking for somebody that asked, Velvet Raz, it's an old flavor. And if you've never tried ketones, they're incredible. I have tons of trial packs packed up and ready to go. It's President's Day here in the United States. So it's a holiday. Happy President's Day. Happy holiday. Some of you, your kids are in school. We homeschool. My kids get plenty of days off. So we did school today. So, all right. Let's cheers to a really great Wednesday because I have a ton of laundry to do and I still need to go work out. But here's a thought for you really quick. I was talking to somebody this weekend. Well, okay, I got asked, Stephanie, are you still carnivore? My husband and I did carnivore for about 45 days, almost till pretty close to mid-February. And I would say for about the last week or so, I have not been carnivore. I always stick to low carb, but I've had a couple treats. And this is what I told somebody. So we went out for dinner the other night with some friends and they paid for a lovely meal for us. And I told my husband, I love to do carnivore. I love low carb. And that's what I will do 90% of the time, right? If I'm in my home and I'm making my meals and I'm doing the best that I can with what I have and me physically making choices. But when I go out to eat, or if somebody buys us a meal or they make us a meal, I'm never going to be rude and not eat the vegetables. And I say all that because when you're carnivore, you don't eat vegetables and salad, right? So my salmon came with vegetables and some rice, quinoa, however you say it. And I was like, I'm not going to be that rude person. Now I didn't eat the bread and the hummus. I don't like hummus, but I ate my salmon and vegetables. And because somebody was like, well, that's not carnivore. And I'm like, listen, in my world, I do the best that I can. And whatever that looks like for you, a majority of the time, right? And here's what I wanted to encourage you. And I was talking to somebody and he said, you know what? He goes, here's something that helped me go to the next level in my health. And this is your tip for you today. He goes, I realized, and I say this often, but he goes, I've realized I've just been overeating and I snack all the time. So he goes, my goal is to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My goal is to eat 3 meals a day. sometimes 2 meals a day. He's like, and I'm focused on drinking my water and I'm moving my body. And here's what I want you to understand. That's like one of the number one things that I truly believe to help somebody lose weight, to kind of get past a plateau, is to pay attention to how often you're eating. Oftentimes, even if it's a healthy snack, we just simply overeat. And even like just a crazy amount of food. And he's like, I feel like when I cut back on my snacks and randomly eating, he's like, I feel like I kind of busted through that plateau. So if that has not been your like, oh, you know, oftentimes I'll tell people, if you walk into an employee lounge or you find yourself going out often with people and maybe you've already eaten, or you find yourself snacking at the office or whatever the case may be, and then you say to yourself, well, it's not a big deal, it's keto, or I can eat it, it's low carb. Even those simple phrases, like you can overeat good food. So if you find yourself saying that, what you should be saying is, am I hungry? Or am I eating because I'm bored or it's in front of me? Do I really need it? Or can I wait till my next meal? And you want to know what's interesting? I've had people rip me a new one because they're like, why are you telling people being rude about all these low carb meals and you're telling people to not eat snacks? And I say this, listen, I'm going to give you some suggestions. If your goal is fat loss, like if you're hungry, eat. If your goal is fat loss, sometimes you've got to have some hard truths to make some different shifts in your body, right? So like if you're constantly snacking and it's offending you and you're telling yourself, but it's fine because it's macadamia nuts or veggies and dip or it's low carb wraps with peanut butter, that's fine. But if you want different results, you oftentimes have to make a different shift. You don't have to constantly change your diet. I'll have people go, well, I tried this diet for 2 weeks and this diet for 2 weeks and this diet and nothing's working. I'll say, if something isn't working, let's make a shift. But you don't have to go all the way to the opposite end. You just have to reevaluate what you're doing. So am I eating breakfast? And if I feel like I'm eating too much, should I intermittent fast for a little bit? Maybe Monday through Friday. Hey, if I find myself drinking, this is a lot of women, they'll say, well, I drink wine every night. And Stephanie, I'm doing everything else perfect. And I'm like, well, maybe you should stop drinking so much wine in the evenings. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm giving you a suggestion. And maybe give yourself a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Like if what you've been doing isn't working, then you have to go, here's what I'm doing. And you might have to reevaluate, make a little pivot, try something new to help you get to where you want to go. Does that make sense? So as you're tuning in, what did you have for lunch? It gives other people ideas. The tip of the day is you don't have to eat, even if it's a keto or low carb snack. Like if you're not hungry, if you're bored, if you're emotional, just have the awareness of when you're eating and why you're eating and try to stick to the meals. If I need a snack and I'm like ravishing, if I find myself getting hangry, I will do like macadamia nuts, a cheese stick, or hard-boiled eggs, something super simple to get me to my next meal. What is your favorite snack? I would love to know. Otherwise, I'm gonna drink my ketones. I'm gonna do some laundry. I'm gonna go lift some weights. My girls have got another Galentine. They've got all these fun friends they're doing all these girly things with. I have 4 daughters, by the way, if I've not met you and you're brand new. I'm a homeschool mom. I've been sharing on this page for almost 9 years. And here's a question I have for you. Outside of food, outside of like giving you recipes, you can always go to ketomomsecrets.com. I would love to know, what are you looking for? Like if you're going to follow somebody online, like what do you want? Like what makes you stop and listen? What makes you, what do you actively search for online? Do you want something specific? I would love to know, because in my head, I'm always like, what do people want to learn about? How can I add value? How can I inspire you? What are some things you would love to see on the KetoMom page? Most people tell me recipes, and I'm like, all right. I don't believe that that's the number one thing to help you lose weight, but I can for sure share recipes. But if you got to choose, like let's say you got to choose your algorithm, all I want to see is, what is it? What do you love to watch? What do you love to see? How can I help you? Like ways to lose weight. I love that. Actually, Lisa, let me compile, like, here's 10 things or 10 ways to lose weight. I love that. Actually, that'll be my next live, so watch for that. I will do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday if you're listening to live, okay? I just want to make sure I gather my notes in my mind before I just start spewing the stuff for you. So, ways to lose weight. Lisa, thank you for playing Full Out. I love that. I see all of you hopping on, Kathy and Michelle and Amanda. And either A, you're driving, B, you're at work, or you're sitting at home. If you can physically text in the comments, I want to know. Like, what are you looking for? How can I inspire you? What are some things that you just like to watch online? And share what you had for lunch. Sounds so simple. But remember, this should be a collective community sharing spot where people can scroll through the comments and learn from you and get value from you, right? Like if you've been here for a long time, I want you to add below things that have worked for you, your favorite recipes, what did you have for lunch today? Because you can inspire others as well. It's not just about me yapping. So cheers to a super great Monday. Thank you for tuning in. Tammy, thanks for sharing chicken salad. That sounds delicious. And if you've never tried Ketones, I've got like 15 packs already packed up and ready to be mailed out tomorrow. If you don't know what this is, all it is mom, not all, it's mom fuel. But it's not just for moms, it's ketones. I've been drinking them for almost 9 years. They put you in ketosis in under an hour. It's a packet, you put it in water, you shake it up, and you're gonna have ketones in your system. So what that does is it helps you with fat loss. It helps turn down your appetite. It helps you not eat all day long. It helps turn on your brain. I'm not a snacker. I feel like I can function, like I can homeschool my girls. I've got enough energy to get up in the morning. I went for a long walk this morning with my husband, and then we did stretching. I've homeschooled our girls. I've started 2 loads of laundry. Like, it is about the time 9 years ago that I used to turn on the TV. My girls were babies then, and I would didn't need a nap. This is my napping time. I haven't napped in almost 9 years. And I don't say that like as a joke. I say that as serious. I don't hit the 3 o'clock wall. I don't ever need a nap. I feel like I can function from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed, including usually 2 workouts. I feel like I'm focused. I can choose really great foods because I have a fuel that helps me. Some of you, your fuel is coffee or energy drinks or whatever you drink. I choose to drink ketones. If you want to know more, post trial below because I'm mailing out so many trials tomorrow. So post trial in the comments. There's a variety of flavors. You give it a shot. But I'm going to walk you through what it is. So we're going to chat about how it works, what it is. You can learn from some doctors. They're absolutely taste great. You feel great. You can function as a human. Mom, dad, dog mom, office manager, if you need brain fuel. Doesn't matter. It works for everybody and anybody. It's incredible. So, okay. Thanks for tuning in. Your presence matters. I hope you have a wonderful day. Lisa, I'll send you some info on trials, and we'll talk to you guys all very soon.